Hey guys, Gummuncher Zero here, and Gut Plays with Trains, and this is episode 3, and I hope you've been watching my series. I'm really having a lot of fun doing it. Today we're going to be adding switches to the layout. We're using Lionel Fastrack, so these are Lionel Fastrack switches, and I've got two here that I'm going to show you. I've got a left and a right. Now that's the left because it curves to the left, and the other one's the right. It curves to the right. And these are actually going to join together with a piece of track between them. And we're going to make what's called a siding. And that's going to allow us to change up our operations on our layout. So this is really simple with the Fastrack. The first thing, though, is we have to pull the Fastrack apart. And this is all new track here, so it's a little stiff. It doesn't want to pull apart. So you have to use a little bit of force, but you don't want to break those tabs off. But it just takes a few minutes. And then all we're going to do is we're just going to take those two 10-inch pieces out. And I'm going to get a couple of pieces of curved track here. And that'll make up the siding. And we're just going to put this down here at the end. Now this is 036 curve, just like I'm using for the oval there. So we're just hook these together. And they just pop together, and then you push to make the tab connect. And then we're going to connect that to that switch. And this is really all there is to it. It's just a snap together system. It's really sharp, and there's no additional wires for power right now. And if you see those wires there with the little black switches on the end, now that's the remote control. And we could run those back. We could add additional wire, and we could run those back to any point on the layout where we wanted to have our command center. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to run them to that SC2. But and that'll actually let me control the switches using my remote control there, my Cab 1 remote control. And so let's just connect this side over here. Just take a minute. And I'd like to see some comments if you guys think that the sound is a little better on this video. I went in, and when I edited the video, I toned down the volume of the train sounds and stuff. So I'm hoping that really helps, because it seems like on the other ones, my voice was kind of lost into the sound, the background sound of the train. Okay, so we're basically all done here. I just have to unhook the little wire connectors here and set up my remote switches. Since I'm not going to leave it like this, I'm not going to bother to adjust the switches. You can actually change which side that all comes out of and everything. And so this is the switch, and it's like a little lever there. And it actually, in the middle part where it swings, it doesn't really do anything. It's only at the very ends. And when you get down to the very end, you'll see it's going to change the direction. So that's red, and then it's green. And see, it also lights up the L there. And the neat thing about that is you can look at it at a glance and see which way the switch is set. Now, if it's red, that means that it's set to turn. It doesn't matter if it's turning left or right. When the switch is red, it's going to turn. There you go, see? And if it's green, then that means that the train's going to go through the switch. It's going to go straight through. So right now we're set on turn. And now if I switch it to straight. And these switches are like classic Lionel switches in a lot of ways. They have what's called an automatic non-derailing feature. And what it means is as the train enters the switch, it throws that switch so that the train won't derail. So see, now it's red, so I'm turning, going through the turn. And you'll see the other switch onto the right of that, that's the one across the way. And when I switch this one to go straight, now when the train gets to that other switch on the other side, it's going to move that switch. See, so it threw that switch, and the remote actually shows which way the switch is set now. So that's really sharp. You can look at it and at a glance know from the color which way that switch is set. If it didn't do that, if the auto derailing feature wasn't working, you would set the switch, and then as the train entered the track, it would be set against the train, and so the train would derail. The track, the frog there, where the track divides, and then you've got the swing parts of the track. I don't really know what those are called, but if that was set against the train, so it was set to turn, and the train was coming in straight from against it, it would actually cause the train to derail. So that's really a cool feature, and I really appreciate the fact that the Fastrack's got it. And these switches are really smooth, man. There's no bumping too much or anything like that. I've had other switches with different track systems that switches become problematical. That's usually the problem for a lot of engines. And I think in my next video I'm going to get some more trains out. And I have an RMT beep, which is a smaller engine. And I'll try running that through here and see if that has any problems. But I'll tell you, this switch is so smooth. You know, those trains are really not bumping too much when they hit those rails. So I'm just sure that I'm not going to have any problems. And the other thing that's really good is if you look, the switch machine is actually inside the track there, basically underneath. And but the little signal thing there, as you can see that, the train signal there, which is the piece, the little lantern that lights up. You'll see that flash. That's when I'm hitting direction change on the remote, and that's because the power to the track is cycling off and then on to change the E unit in the engine. But there's a nice big area there for the track, or between the lantern and the track, and that's good because a lot of cars and stuff will go in a curve like that, and they'll overhang the track. They'll stick out too far, and you don't want them to hit part of the switch. I've had that happen with some switches. Now this is the loop that we've been doing, and this is 036 track, and I'm going to do another loop outside of it, and I don't know if this is going to show up on the video. I can see it, but it says 048. And as you can see, I mean, it's about the same size as the other ones, but because it's a bigger diameter, it actually takes 3 pieces to do a quarter turn, which is a 90-degree turn, right? And with the 036, it only takes 2 pieces of track to do that. With 048, it takes 12 pieces to do a total circle, and with the 36, it only takes 8 pieces to do a total circle. And see, with the 048, that'll give us a nice second line there that'll be separated enough so the trains don't have any issues running into each other or anything. So that's going to be really cool. So here's I'll show you this. So 2 pieces of the 036 do 90 degree, and but it's just a tighter curve. That's really the only difference. And the one thing I found when I opened up the bag is in with my 048 track, I had 1 piece of 036 track. So that's on me. I guess when I picked them up out of the bin at the store, I didn't notice it. So it says 036 on there, so it's on me. I was actually putting it together, and I thought, well, that one's different. And here I thought I'd show you, I got some lighting equipment here that I kind of cobbled together for my videos to put more light down at that end of the table. So hopefully that'll help, and I hope you liked the video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.